Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Daily English Learn. I'm Eva.
And I'm Mark. So tell me, Eva, have you ever felt like your English just stays the same? You study, you practice, but when you try to speak, the words just don't come out smoothly.
Oh, absolutely, Mark. And I think this is one of the biggest fears for English learners. You know the grammar, you know the vocabulary, but when it's time to actually use English in real life, your mind goes completely blank.
Exactly. And today we're going to talk about something very simple but incredibly powerful. We're not going to teach you complex grammar rules. We're not going to give you a long list of vocabulary words to memorize. Instead, we're going to show you how to use something you already do every single day to practice English without even realizing it.
That's right. Today's lesson is all about building your English speaking confidence through daily habits. And by the end of this episode, you're going to learn how to describe your entire day in English, how to think in English naturally, and most importantly, how to stop translating in your head before you speak.
So if you're ready to finally break through that speaking barrier and start using English like it's actually a part of your life, stay with us. This is going to be a game changer.
All right, Mark, let me ask you something. When you wake up in the morning, what's the very first thing that goes through your mind?
Honestly, Eva, the first thing I think is, oh no, it's already 6:30. I need to get up. And then I think, just 5 more minutes.
Exactly. And right there, you just use English to describe your morning thought. That's the secret we're teaching today. Most students think they need to sit down with a textbook to practice English. But the truth is, your best English practice happens when you're just living your normal life.
Right, so imagine this. You open your eyes in the morning. Instead of thinking in your native language, you start thinking in English. You say to yourself, okay, time to wake up. Let me stretch a little bit. I need to get out of bed now.
Notice how simple those sentences are. We're not using difficult words. We're not trying to impress anyone. We're just talking to ourselves in English. And this is how native speakers actually think. They don't use complicated language in their head. They keep it simple and natural.
So let's practice this together. When you wake up, try saying these sentences in your mind. I'm awake now. Time to start the day. Let me get up slowly. My body feels a bit tired. I should drink some water first.
And here's the important part. Don't worry if you make a mistake. Don't worry if your sentence isn't perfect. Nobody is listening to your thoughts except you. This is your private practice time. You can say anything, and you can make as many mistakes as you want.
Exactly. Now let's move to the next part of your morning. You get out of bed and you go to the bathroom. What do you do there?
Well, first thing, I wash my face. And while I'm doing it, I can say in my head, I'm washing my face now. The water feels cold. It's making me more awake. I should brush my teeth next.
Perfect. You see how Eva just described her actions? She didn't use fancy vocabulary. She didn't use complicated grammar. She just said what she was doing in simple English, and that's exactly what we want you to do.
Let me give you more examples. When you're brushing your teeth, you can think, I'm brushing my teeth. I need to brush for 2 minutes. My toothpaste tastes like mint. I should rinse my mouth now.
And notice something important here. Eva is using present continuous tense. I'm washing, I'm brushing. This is perfect for describing actions that are happening right now. Native speakers use this all the time when they talk about what they're doing.
Right, but we also use simple present tense for habits and routines. So you can say, I brush my teeth every morning. I wash my face twice a day. I always drink water when I wake up.
So now you're practicing two different grammar structures without even opening a grammar book. You're learning by doing. You're learning by speaking.
Okay, so after the bathroom routine, what comes next? Breakfast time, right?
Yes, and this is another perfect opportunity to practice. Let's say you're making breakfast. You can describe everything you're doing. I'm going to make some tea. I'm boiling water. I'm getting a cup from the cabinet. Now I'm pouring the water.
And while you're eating, keep the practice going. This toast tastes really good. My tea is too hot. I need to let it cool down. I should eat something healthy today.
Now, Eva, I want to ask you something. When students practice like this, should they speak out loud or just think in their head?
That's a great question, Mark. I always recommend both. When you're alone at home, speak out loud. Talk to yourself in English. It might feel strange at first, but it's incredibly effective. Your mouth needs to practice making English sounds. Your brain needs to hear your own voice speaking English.
Absolutely. But if you're in public or around other people, just think in English silently. The important thing is that you're always using English to describe your life, whether it's out loud or in your head.
Now let's talk about the middle of the day. This is when most people are at work or at school or doing their daily activities. And this is actually the best time to practice English because you're interacting with the world around you.
Right. So let's imagine you're getting ready to go out. What are you doing? You're probably getting dressed, right? So you can say, I need to choose what to wear today. Let me find a clean shirt. These pants look good. I should iron this shirt. It's wrinkled.
And when you're leaving the house, keep describing everything. I'm locking the door. I need to check if I have my keys. Did I bring my phone? Yes, it's in my pocket. Time to go.
Now, here's something very important. When you practice like this, you're not just learning vocabulary. You're actually training your brain to think in English automatically. And that's the real goal. We want English to become natural for you, not something you have to force.
Exactly. So many students tell me, Eva, I can't think in English. It's too difficult. But the truth is, thinking in English is just a habit. And like any habit, you can build it slowly, day by day, moment by moment.
So let's continue with the day. You're now outside. Maybe you're traveling to work or to school. What do you see around you? Describe it in English. The weather is nice today. There are many people on the street. That car is driving too fast. I can see a dog walking with its owner.
And notice, Mark, we're using very simple sentences. We're not trying to create long, complex descriptions. We're just observing the world and putting it into English words. This is exactly how children learn their first language.
That's a perfect comparison. Children don't learn grammar rules first. They learn by describing what they see, what they feel, what they want. And that's the method we're teaching you today.
Now, during the day, you probably have to do different tasks. Maybe you're working, maybe you're studying, maybe you're doing housework. Whatever it is, describe it in English.
For example, if you're working, you can say, I need to finish this report today. Let me check my emails first. I have a meeting at 3 o'clock. I should prepare my presentation.
Or if you're studying, you can say, I have an exam next week. I need to review chapter 5. This topic is difficult. I should practice more exercises.
And if you're doing housework, you can say, I need to clean the kitchen. The dishes are dirty. I should do the laundry today. I'm going to vacuum the living room.
Now, Mark, I think it's important to talk about feelings and thoughts, too. We're not just describing actions. We're also describing how we feel, what we think, what we believe.
Absolutely, Eva. So when something happens during your day, describe your feelings in English. I'm feeling tired right now. I'm happy because I finished my work. I'm worried about tomorrow's meeting. I'm excited to go home.
And these emotional descriptions are so important because they help you express yourself in English. When you talk to someone in real life, you don't just talk about actions. You talk about how you feel, what you think, what you believe.
Right, so let's practice some more examples. I'm frustrated because my computer is slow. I'm proud of myself for completing this task. I'm nervous about speaking English. I'm confident that I can improve.
Beautiful examples, Mark. And notice how we're using different feeling words. Frustrated, proud, nervous, confident. These are words that intermediate learners need to know, and you're learning them by using them in real situations.
Now, let's talk about the afternoon and evening. This is when most people start to feel tired, right? So your English practice can reflect that too.
Exactly. You can say, I'm getting tired now. I need a break. Let me have some tea or coffee. I should rest for a few minutes. My energy is low today.
And when you take a break, describe what you're doing. I'm sitting down now. I'm checking my phone. I'm looking at social media for a few minutes. I should get back to work soon.
Now, let's talk about something that happens to everyone: mistakes. When you're thinking in English throughout the day, you're definitely going to make mistakes, and that's completely okay.
In fact, that's more than okay. That's perfect. Mistakes mean you're practicing. Mistakes mean you're trying. Mistakes mean you're learning. No native speaker became fluent without making thousands of mistakes first.
Right. So when you make a mistake while thinking in English, don't stop. Don't feel embarrassed. Just correct yourself and continue. For example, let's say you think, I'm going to the shop for buying milk. Then you realize, wait, that's not quite right. I'm going to the shop to buy milk. That's better.
Perfect example. You noticed your mistake, you corrected it, and you learned something. That's the process. That's how you improve.
All right, so now we're moving toward the end of the day. Let's talk about evening routines. This is usually when people relax, spend time with family, watch something, or prepare for the next day.
So when you come home in the evening, keep your English practice going. I'm home now. I'm so tired. Let me change into comfortable clothes. I should make dinner soon.
And while you're making dinner, describe every step. I'm going to cook rice. I need to wash the vegetables. I'm cutting the onions. The pan is getting hot. This food smells good.
And when you're eating dinner, continue thinking in English. This food is delicious. I cooked it well today. I'm eating slowly. I'm enjoying this meal. I should drink some water.
After dinner, you might watch television or spend time on your phone. Describe that, too. I'm watching my favorite show. This episode is really interesting. I'm laughing because it's funny. I should go to bed soon.
Now, Eva, let me ask you something. How long should students practice this technique every day?
Well, Mark, here's the beautiful thing. You're not adding extra practice time to your day. You're just changing the language of your thoughts. So technically, you're practicing English from the moment you wake up until the moment you sleep. That's 15 or 16 hours of practice every single day.
That's incredible when you think about it. Most students practice English for maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour a day. But with this method, you're practicing all day long without any extra effort.
Exactly. And within a few weeks of doing this consistently, something amazing happens. Your brain starts thinking in English automatically. You don't have to force it anymore. It becomes natural.
And when that happens, your speaking improves dramatically. Because when you speak to someone, you're no longer translating from your native language. The English words just come out naturally because your brain is already thinking in English.
Right. So let's talk about the very end of the day. You're getting ready for bed. What can you say in English? I'm feeling sleepy now. I should brush my teeth. Let me wash my face. I'm going to bed now.
And as you're lying in bed, you can even reflect on your day in English. Today was a good day. I accomplished a lot. I'm grateful for what I have. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
And then you can practice some simple affirmations before sleep. My English is improving. I'm becoming more confident. I can speak English naturally. I'm proud of my progress.
These affirmations are powerful because your brain is most receptive right before sleep. When you tell yourself positive things in English, you're building both your language skills and your confidence at the same time.
Now, before we finish today's lesson, let's talk about some common problems students face when they try this technique.
Good idea, Eva. So the first problem is, what if I don't know the English word for something? What should I do?
Great question. If you don't know a word, don't stop practicing. Just describe it in a different way. For example, if you don't know the word refrigerator, you can say the cold box where I keep food. If you don't know the word umbrella, you can say the thing that protects me from rain.
Perfect solution. And later, when you have time, you can look up that word and add it to your vocabulary. But the important thing is to never stop practicing just because you don't know one word.
The second problem students mention is, I feel silly talking to myself in English. What should I say to those students, Mark?
I say every successful English speaker felt silly at first. Every native speaker of every language in the world talked to themselves when they were learning. It's not silly, it's smart. It's the fastest way to build fluency.
Absolutely. And remember, nobody is listening to your thoughts. You have complete privacy. Use that privacy to make mistakes, to experiment, to try new words and new sentences without any fear.
The third problem is consistency. Some students try this for 1 day or 2 days, and then they forget. Eva, how can students make this a permanent habit?
That's the most important question. My advice is to start very small. Don't try to think in English all day from the beginning. Just start with your morning routine. Practice English thinking for the first 30 minutes of your day. Do that for 1 week.
And after 1 week, add another part of your day, maybe your evening routine. Practice English thinking in the morning and evening for another week. Slowly expand until it becomes automatic.
Exactly. Build the habit gradually. And if you forget one day, don't worry. Just start again the next day. The goal is progress, not perfection.
All right, Eva, I think we've covered everything. Let's quickly summarize what we learned today.
So today we talked about the most powerful English practice technique that you can do without any extra time or effort. Instead of studying English, you live in English. You describe your entire day in English, from the moment you wake up until you go to sleep.
We talked about how to describe your morning routine, your daily activities, your work or study, your feelings and thoughts, and your evening routine, all in simple, natural English.
We emphasize that mistakes are okay, that simple sentences are better than complex ones, and that thinking in English is a habit you can build gradually over time.
And we promised you that if you do this consistently for just a few weeks, your brain will start thinking in English automatically, and your speaking will become much more natural and confident.
So here's your homework for today. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, start describing everything you do in English. Just your morning routine. Keep it simple, and do that every morning for 1 week. That's your challenge.
And if you want to take it further, join us here at Daily English Learn for more practical lessons that help you use English in real life, not just study it in books.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. Remember, English is not something you learn. English is something you live.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself. You can do this.
We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, start thinking in English and watch your fluency grow day by day.
Take care, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye and happy learning.